Hi everyone! Welcome to Internet Real Horror Stories, the channel where we dive into the darkest corners of the web to bring you spine-chilling tales and mysteries. Tonight's story is one you won't forget, an unsettling journey that blurs the line between curiosity and terror. If you love getting chills, you're in the right place. Let's get started. My dark web unboxing nightmare. I've always been fascinated by the paranormal. As a small YouTuber who creates creepy content, I love chasing the unknown. So when I saw videos of people unboxing mystery boxes from the dark web, I knew I had to try it. It felt like the perfect mix of danger and intrigue. Getting one of those boxes wasn't easy. These boxes could only be bought with cryptocurrency, which I had never used before. It took days of researching shady forums and exchanging my money for Bitcoin. After much research, I stumbled upon a strange page within the deep web. The box was advertised as special, with a promise to include items tailored to the buyer. I thought it was just a marketing gimmick. So, I placed the order. The package arrived late one night. No return address. The box smelled faintly of mildew and iron, its weight uneven, like something had been tossed inside carelessly. It was everything I expected. Yet somehow it already felt wrong. I set up my camera and microphone, slipped on gloves, and hit record. My excitement was obvious. But deep down, there was a gnawing unease I couldn't shake. The first thing inside was a note, handwritten in scratchy ink. It said, "Hello, Alex, are you ready?" It had my full name and address. My heart skipped a beat. I tried to rationalize it. Maybe they had my details from the payment information. Still, I hesitated before moving on. Beneath the note were 3 black envelopes, stacked neatly, and a small box. Each had a symbol drawn in what looked like dried blood. I decided to start with the envelopes, opening the smallest one first, figuring it would be the least disturbing. Inside were photos. At first, I thought they were random travel shots, landmarks, beaches, and forests. But then I noticed a terrifying pattern. Every location was a place I'd visited. Worse, in the background of each photo, there I was. In one, I was sitting on a bench. In another, I was eating ice cream with friends. The photos weren't posed, they were candid, taken without my knowledge. Sweat prickled my scalp. I rifled through the stack until one made me freeze. It was of me in my bedroom, staring at my computer screen. Taken through the window. My window. I almost stopped there, but the second envelope called to me. Inside were more photos. This time, of my house. Every angle. Some were taken at night, with the glow of the windows illuminating the inside. Others were closer, much closer, peering in through the cracks in the curtains. One showed my sister brushing her hair in her room. Another, my mom washing dishes. They were so recent that the outfit my dad was wearing and one matched what he had on just that morning. I wanted to stop. Every instinct screamed at me to burn the box and forget it existed. But I opened the last envelope anyway. My hands shook as I pulled out the photos. The first image was a close-up of me, taken while I slept. My face was peaceful, oblivious. A shadow loomed over my bed. The next photo was a shot of the same figure, standing in the hallway outside my room. All of what remained was the small box. I didn't want to touch it. The small stained box sat there like it was alive, radiating dread. Every instinct screamed at me to stop. But curiosity, stupid, reckless curiosity, forced my hand. With trembling fingers, I sliced through the tape and lifted the lid. The smell hit me first. A sickening blend of rot and iron, like old blood. I gagged, covering my nose with my sleeve, but I forced myself to look. Inside was a doll, but calling it a doll felt wrong. It was a horrifying effigy, a grotesque parody of a human figure. Its head was a hollowed-out animal skull, sharp teeth gleaming under the light. The body was stitched together from scraps of pale, decayed flesh. Dark veins crisscrossed the surface, and the texture was sickeningly real. The arms and legs were crudely bound with old fraying rope, and where its eyes should have been, shards of broken glass reflected my horrified face. Pinned to its chest was a Polaroid. I didn't want to pick it up, but my hand moved on its own, trembling as I turned it over. It was me, sitting at the table, unboxing this exact box. In the background, through the window behind me, stood a figure. Tall and shadowy, its face obscured by a mask that glinted unnaturally in the light. I dropped the doll, but something fell out of its mouth, a folded piece of paper, brittle and stained dark red. Against every ounce of self-preservation I had left, I picked it up and unfolded it. The note read, "You shouldn't have looked. Now it's your turn." I stumbled back, knocking over the chair, the room spinning around me. My skin crawled with the overwhelming sensation of being watched. I felt it, something standing behind me. I turned, heart hammering, but the room was empty. I couldn't take it anymore. I shoved the doll, the photos, the box, everything, into a trash bag and dragged it to the backyard. My hands shook as I poured lighter fluid over the pile and lit a match. The flames roared to life, the shadows dancing wildly across the yard. But even as the fire consumed it all, I felt no relief. The hairs on my neck prickled, and I swear I heard faint laughter carried on the wind. When the flames finally died down, I stared at the ashes, willing myself to believe it was over. For weeks I couldn't sleep. Every creak of the floorboard sent my heart racing. I avoided my room at night, locking every window and door. After 1 year, I slowly began to feel normal again. Until my phone rang. The number was blocked. Against my better judgment, I answered. "Hello, Alex." The voice was low, distorted, and inhuman. My stomach dropped. "Did you think the fire would stop me?" My breath hitched. Before I could respond, the voice continued, colder now. "You're such a heavy sleeper." The line went dead. "If you're reading this, please never buy a box from the dark web. Whatever you think you'll find, it's not worth it. Some things are better left unknown."